Okay, before we get into the lesson, I want to show you some visual representations using Venn diagrams. For these diagrams, if we call this the universal set, so the big rectangle is the universal set, and if we call this set A and this set B, okay, and we'll do that for all of them, all right? Let's look at some notation. So if we wanted just set A, okay, that's going to be everything that's in set A. Pretty simple. What about set B? Set B would be everything that would be in set B like that. Okay, now check out some of these. What is A, and then what is this? Okay, now that symbol means A and B. Okay, we call this the intersection. So what is A intersection B? In other words, where do they overlap? Okay, where did both happen? That's right here. Okay, then we also have A union B. Okay, this means A or B, and we use the word union. Okay, what is that going to be? This is going to be A or B. So it includes everything in those sets. In fact, you can say this is, another way of saying that is A or B or both. Okay, here's another new notation. A not B. This means only A. Okay, or we could say A not B. So what's that look like? Well, that means we have A, but it can't have anything that's to do with B, so it's just going to be this part of A. Okay, you guys try this. What's B not A? So B not A, so only B. What does that look like? Well, that's going to be like so. All right. What do you think this means? Okay, remember this was prime, meaning not. A, what does U mean? A means union, so this means A or B, and that means not. So this means not A, not B. So where is that? If it can't be A, and it can't be B, it's just these little parts that are not included in A and B. Okay? And then here's another one. What does this mean? This means everything that is not A. Okay, well if this was A, what's everything that's not A? Well, that's going to be everything out here. And here. Okay, so I would like you to try this homework here. Try it quickly before we do the next lesson. Answer the questions based on this Venn diagram. Okay, so pause the video and quickly fill in those blanks. All right, let's see if you got it. So how many students like hockey or swimming? You would go 15 plus 6 plus 9. Okay, and I'll just write the answers in here. You can check your answers. If you're not sure, make sure you ask about it. All right, let's get to the lesson. Exploring relationships between sets. In an Alberta school, there are 65 people in all of grade 12. Okay, so here is the universal set, everybody in grade 12. Okay, 23 play volleyball, 26 play basketball, and there are 31 students who do not play either sport. The following Venn diagram represents the set of students. Okay, well, there's a problem here because it says there's 26 students that play basketball plus 23 that play volleyball plus 31 that don't play anything. If you add this up, this is 80, but there are only 65 students. This tells me there are 15 counted twice. So when I looked at this circle and everything that's in the square, if I add them all up and I get 80, that means somehow I've counted 15 of them twice. Okay, so that has to be here, where they play volleyball and basketball. Okay, by the way, here's how you would write that. The number that play volleyball and basketball is 15. Okay, so this tells us a little bit more now. So let's do part A. Volleyball only. It says how many players play volleyball? 23. If there are 23, so let's say the number that play volleyball, not basketball. So this would be 23, take away the overlap, means there would be 8 here. Okay, now I think finding the 8 is easy. It's this notation that's a little trickier. So let's try the second one. How do you write basketball only? Well, it's the number that play basketball, not volleyball. By the way, this line should kind of be diagonal like that. Okay, there's 26 that play basketball, minus the ones that also play volleyball gives me 11 basketball only. And how many play both basketball and volleyball? Okay, what's the number that play basketball or volleyball? Okay, so this is 8 plus 15 plus 11. Okay, so this would be, they play volleyball, they play both, they play basketball. Okay, so that's how you figure out or, basketball or volleyball. All right. So some key ideas here. I want to just put a little bit of notation in here. The elements in set A and set B, how do you write that? That's A and B. Okay? The elements that are in not either of them would be the number of the universal set not in A and not in B. Okay, how would you write this one? The number that is in B, not A, and this would be the number of A, not B. Okay. By the way, a little bit more notation here. The number of A and B plus the number of A not B plus the number of B not A equals the number of A or B. Okay, that's what we just did in the last question. Okay, I think that wraps it up. Just a quick, maybe if you want to put this in your cheat sheet, let's just remind this. This means and. In other words, both occur. And this one means or. And this one means either one or the other or both. Okay? So if you could do page 160, numbers 1 to 5.